Hey, welcome back to Vaguely Adults. You have two of your favorite vaguely looking adults here today. I'm one of your hosts, Sarana, and
I'm Shirley.
And we look a little put together today because it's a special. It's a special. We're going to be briefly reviewing Netflix's original movie, webtoon adaptation of Love and Leashes, otherwise known as Moral Sense. Thoughts?
I knew it was a web comic. I didn't know it was a webtoons comic. That makes it so much more different to me.
Starring Seohyun from Girls' Generation and the guy from that other K-pop group. My priorities?
Male Seohyun. Gotcha.
Yeah. So your thoughts, opinions on the movie, Phil?
It was a little rough.
I would like to put my foot down and say there was too much foot content.
It really barked the wrong tree. Some of the characters were a little thicker than I thought. I think that's...
you get tied up sometimes, and it's not your fault. It's
your lack of discipline, really.
How life is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie is about BDSM. If you've not watched it, if you're not aware of it, it stars two office workers who, one of which has very particular interests that accidentally spills onto the whole company. The secret is revealed quite quickly as one of their packages gets mixed up and Office Worker 2 opens a collar of sorts.
For his dog. His poodle. His small poodle.
She looks at it and says, poodles aren't that thick, though. It's a thick collar for a skinny neck dog.
It's still a pretty thick collar for a skinny neck coworker, but it is a fun movie. 10 out of 10 would recommend, not because the content is amazing and oh my god, it's such a good plot. It's just a funny watch, in my opinion.
This is my second time watching it, and I think I am more repulsed this time around. Even though I have anticipated every cringe thing that happened. I can't do the barking. I can't do the feet. I can't do the barking. It's just... I
hate feet, and the barking made me really uncomfortable. I was telling Sarana that there's a woman who makes like 6 figures off of pretending to be a dog. And, like, her boyfriend will literally walk her on the street on a leash and take her to a dog park.
I mean, all props to her. Get that coin. Get that dollar bill. I'm never going to be caught dead doing that.
Yeah. It's, I thought it was hilarious. I loved the movie. Like, the only character I hated, I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
If you're watching this, I'm pretty sure it's, like...
that you've seen it. It was a Hana.
Yeah, the ex-girlfriend of Ji-hoon.
I was like, I'm sick, buy me soup. Like,
walks into house, looks at a wonderfully made dinner, and just starts dropping dishes. That scene aggravated me so much. Like, who are you? Get out of my house. Like...
But honestly, it didn't aggravate me as much as when he stood up for Ji-woo. In the conference room.
Ji-woo. Because he's Ji-hoo, and she's Ji-woo.
The girl. That scene kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, it really did.
She was finally standing up for herself and, like, putting her foot down, and he was like...
But it's not out of character at all, because the entire film, she is a very strong character, and her male colleagues do not... Well, her team manager or whatever is very sexist and doesn't believe in equality, clearly. So it's not a surprise that she would have more than had the means to stand up for herself in that disciplinary hearing or whatever it was. And then he goes, no, actually, I'm the weird one, and she just went along with it.
It's not the weird one. He's the pervert.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It was so icky, for lack of a better word.
Ick.
Yeah.
There was, so like, if you are with the lingo, giving someone the ick is like an actual thing, which I learned not that long ago. And so I was watching a movie with my sister, and she would just turn to me and she'd be like, ick. That? Ick. And and the fact that I understood it. And so like there was parts of the movies where I wanted to turn to you and be like, ick.
I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with the Zoomer lingo.
Yeah, you just dress like one for your wannabe Zoomer. You're not young and fresh like old grandma here. But yeah, so like throughout the movie I just want to be like, ick.
I was trying not to throw up like multiple times during the movie.
Okay, I didn't think it was that bad because I have seen worse, but
I can't. It was
just the barking that made me uncomfortable.
The feet
and the
really
feet
made me uncomfortable.
I hate feet a lot.
It's
but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. Like, I'm really glad the scene played out the way it did with the friend in the room.
100%.
Like, that could have gone real bad.
So there's this part of the film where one of the friends is also
trigger warning
into BDSM of sorts, and she finds this play partner that ended up booking this suite that had like cages and other
whips and ropes
accessories one would use in such a scenario, and he had fully intended to take advantage of her, and she stood up for herself and had like a taser and knew how to work the ropes, so she took care of it very well.
Yeah, but it's also like it was such it
came out of nowhere, really.
It came out of left field, but also it was just such a weird choice of words. And I don't know if that was a direct translation or not. But when she's like, just because I'm a pervert doesn't mean you could take advantage of me.
Yeah, it's sort of the contextual scenario that makes it is the direct translation, but like they use the word byante, which is basically directly translates to pervert. But in this case, it's like, yeah, I'm into weird stuff. Or, like, I'm into this, like, extra stuff that, you know, doesn't make me a toy that you could use, basically.
Okay, so, like just because I'm into perverse things does
basically,
not... Okay,
yeah.
Which is very different than just because I'm a pervert.
Yeah.
Because, like, pervert is just has such a negative connotation to it, so...
Yeah.
That gave me the ick every time they referred to themselves as perverts.
But at the end of that scene where Jiwoo and Jihoo came in, and the guy was like, if you're gonna join them, you have to pay more.
See? If you're gonna join, you have to pay extra. And he's just so annoyed. So, like, I wonder how often that happens. And in
this fictional world, yeah.
And I mean, those hotels are real.
I'm just gonna leave it where it is. You know, it's not something I intend to ever explore.
Never say never, fam.
No, say no. Say no to things. Especially if you're not comfortable, say no.
Oh yeah, no. Be comfortable saying no.
Yeah, know your boundaries as well. I think a really good thing about this movie is that it laid out BDSM in this way that it wasn't perverted.
It wasn't 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, but it's like the journey of you learning about it, searching about it, understanding that, okay, so everything that you have to do must be consensual. I thought that was a great element of the movie, despite my overall rating of the movie as a 3.5 out of 10.
3.5?
And that's all because the main lead, I love her because she's from Girls' Generation. So she gets all my points.
I give it a solid 6.5.
I think I just expected better because I know the capabilities of her as an actress.
I expected nothing good for a movie called Love and Leashes about an office romance about BDSM that is Korean.
Just
because, like, don't get me wrong, Korean media is freaking amazing, but I know how conservative it is. So when Sarana said there's a BDSM movie but it's Korean. I was like, is
Doubtful.
it really? Or did he drop a ruler on her and they're like, oh, BDSM.
Yeah. The handcuffs in the park and the cafe was also top notch. The best part was the background characters.
I was gonna say the awards for this movie go to the lines of the background characters. Like,
in that specific
bravo.
scene.
Are you jealous? I can feed you too. Here,
And then
open up.
Starts like shoving food into her mouth, and then suddenly the handcuffs are revealed, and then the background characters are like, "Yeah, should we get a pair?
Let's get a pair." It's honestly amazing. Peak comedy.
A+. I'm gonna be honest. The first time I watched it, I tabbed out a lot and was scrolling on Twitter because I was just so uncomfortable with the sheer amount of awkward feet and barking. Yeah, I missed a lot of these little nuances.
I don't know who the director is, but I know he's into feet.
Oh,
that is all. Like, I just know he's into feet.
Once
There's
those
no
red
way.
heels came out,
Listen, there was a difference between BDSM and a feet fetish. Because remember when I said there's lines I would draw? Feet is one of them. And I forgot who it was. I was talking to someone. I think it was one of my coworkers. And they were like, would you draw the line here? I was like, no, it's weird, but like, it's fine. Like, I'd be into it. And then she was like, where's the line? I was like, feet. And she was like, the thing I said is here. Feet is down here. But you draw the line at feet? And I'm like, yeah. No. I just...
It's...
Can't do it.
Yeah, I have many lines. The lines change continuously.
Yeah, the lines don't make sense. They're not one straight line. They're not one straight line. It's just...
Yeah, it happens. To be fair, it's not a line. It's more of like a circle. You circle the things that you're...
They're not into.
Yeah.
No.
It's like,
no.
Okay.
Borders.
Listen, for a movie called Love and Leashes, otherwise known as Moral Sense, I think it was fine. It's not a film that you're gonna go into being like, oh my god, this should be
Cinematic
critically
glory,
acclaimed.
yeah.
This is like the best thing out there. This is representation of our community or the community, whatever you call it.
But it's way better representation than 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, it's the Korean 50 Shades of Grey. That's what it is. It's literally the Korean 50 Shades of Grey.
I wouldn't go there.
It's the Korean 50 Shades of Grey because it's like not as cringy and it has and it's pretty conservative for a BDSM movie.
100%. Yeah, if you're expecting like actual BDSM-ery, it's not.
It's more like implied.
Yeah.
But there's rope.
And a monkey.
And dong dong. And a lot of feet.
Oh, the feet.
If you're into feet, this movie is
100% for you.
Watch it.
Go at it full force.
Pay attention to it. You'll love it.
With consent. But, yeah, no, I think overall still, on my honest review, is that it's a 4 stretching to a 5.
It's a 6 for me. But it's more
you can
like,
watch it to pass the time.
Yeah.
Subs, not dubs. Must say, always watch foreign content with subtitles, not English dubbing. This has been a PSA. Thank you for coming to my Sarana talk.
Subs, not dubs. That's half the movie. Subs. Zing. It's good though. I think it had more potential.
100%.
I think it would have been better as a show, to be honest, than a movie.
I could see that, yeah.
Like, as I was watching it, I kind of wanted it to end right there so it could be another episode on another topic. Like, it just felt like it moved too quickly. Like, from one to another to another. It just was moving too fast. Like, I wish each category that they explored would have been its own episode and had, like, story. And then the next episode, they're exploring something else. And
because the backstories also get pretty deep. Like, they could have had, like, episodic...
And it doesn't make sense. Like, there's too much... Not lore. There's too much background into Hana and Jihu.
Yeah. Me getting confused with the names already.
And Boy.
Yeah.
There's like so much that could have unraveled and developed there. And I I kind of wish I understood the relationship a little bit more in order to understand why she's like, you owe me. Like, what?
No.
I was
she's
confused.
just, yeah. Anyway, I just say give it a shot if you're interested. It's not going to change your life.
It's a watch.
It's
a dumb watch.
If you have nothing to do and like you're stressed about picking something, this is an easy pick that you're gonna have conversations about if you watch it with another person. Just be warned, it'll be a little cringy, and you have to be comfortable with the person that you're watching with to watch this movie.
Like, don't watch it if your parent lives with you, because you don't want them to walk in on a weird ass.
Don't watch it with your parents.
Don't. Please don't.
That's it. That's my final take on this movie.
Yeah.
So, hope you've enjoyed listening to us talk about this film and our feelings about it? On feelings.
Feelings on feelings on feelings.
But hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying hydrated. Yeah. Words. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Remember to rate, subscribe, do all the things that internet people tell you to do. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye.
Vaguely adult, things are just vague.